ネバーアイランド。
Okay, we're back. Like straight after, because I'm actually getting deep into this. So much that I forgot it was Monday. Ugh. So, let's go.
これまでのこと、ちゃんと覚えてる？
The Schrodinger's cat thought experiment. Say a cat is sealed inside a container with a device that has a fixed chance of releasing some kind of poisonous gas. When does the cat die? When the device activates, that's the obvious answer. Find some way of determining the moment the gas will be released, and that's when the cat will die. But here we come to the crux of the problem. The box is completely sealed off from the outside and the device is configured to release gas at random. In other words, it's possible for any outside observer to tell it's impossible for any outside observer to tell whether or not the device has been triggered. The cat's condition can only be expressed as probability. If there's a 10% chance the device activates in 1 hour, it can be described as 90% alive. After 2 hours, it's 80% alive. At 3 hours, 70. And after a full 10 hours, it can definitely be said to have died, right? Actually, it's a bit more complicated than that. If the chances of a cat being alive after 1 hour are 90%, then after 2 they'd stand at 90 times 90, or 80%, 81%. By the same calculation, the chances of it being alive after 3 hours falls to 72.9%, then 65.6%. After 4, even after 10 hours, the cat is still 34.9% alive. Cats are pretty stubborn creatures. Now, back to the original question. When does the cat die? Even after a week, it's still 0.0002% alive. Even after a year or 10,000 years, the probability it's still alive and kicking never reaches 0. The cat exists perpetually in a mixed state, both dead and alive. That's right. As long as the box remains unopened, the cat will never die. What is life? What is death? They're nothing more than constructs. 99% dead might as well be 100. Our perception of life and death is just that, nebulous. Things aren't so simply defined in the real world though. Of all the potential outcomes, every overlapping branch, we see only one. Isn't that weird? Yeah, it's definitely kind of odd, isn't it? What's so weird about it? The answer to that lies in the parameters of the thought experiment. Sure, the flow of time might not mean anything inside a box that's totally cut off from the outside world, but nothing of the kind exists in reality. We would be witness to all sorts of weird phenomena if we assume the existence of an object like that. Object which is, in fact, quite non-existent. Can we really be so sure about that last part though? What if our world itself is just like a box? What if there's another world far beyond what mankind is able to observe, far beyond the edges of the known universe? In that case, something might seem like a fixed event to those of us on the inside, but from the outside, might appear to exist in multiple states, to contain any number of unfixed probabilities. What to us is past might then feel to any outside observer more like the future. If that is the case, I have to beg them. Beg them to never open the box. Please, not yet. Don't set in the stone past that I've witnessed.
また勝手に動いてる。確か昨日はこのボタンを。
Oh look, she's learning. Never mind. It's so noisy.
こうなったら、もう壊すしか。
What the hell's going on?
ハンマーは。こっちじゃなくてベッドの 下に。あれ、何か踏んじゃった？
Not just something, those were my balls you stepped on!
おはよう、セリナ。ねえ、これお願い。
The moment I put a stop to the blaring alarm clock, her face lights up. Morning.
リンね。私の名前はリンネだよ。
Yeah, I remember. There's no way I'd forget it. Anyway, I think there's someone else we're forgetting. You've gone and done the same thing as yesterday. How do you plan on taking responsibility if I end up unable to have kids?
子供欲しいの？
No. Well, someday.
わかった。頑張るね。
Has she gotten the wrong end of the stick?
欲しくないの？
Nah, if I had to go ahead and choose, I'd say I do. But once I get a stable job and a cute wife of my own. Both of those are out of reach at the moment.
せつな、今日は仕事を探しに行くんだったよね。
Huh. Yeah.
安定した仕事が見つかるといいね。
She doesn't mean anything else by that, right?
途中まで一緒に行こう。私も商業区に用事があるんだ。
Thanks for waiting, Dinne. I finally show my face after fumbling around for a while getting changed.
あ、曲がってるよ、札。
Dinne reaches for the metal collar around my neck and turns it the right way around. Feels a little ticklish.
あ、朝ごはん欲しい？だったら何か作るけど。
No, it's okay. I was just told to arrive early. And there's no need to go that far for a freeloader like me. Not first thing in the morning.
じゃあ、はい。これ持って行って。
She hands me a small dirty rucksack. What's this?
お弁当。何か食べないとお腹空いちゃうよ。
You're well prepared?
私も準備するから、ちょっと待っててね。
Dinne tosses a bunch of items into her pouch, readjusts her hat, then...
バッチリ。
Looks like I didn't have to wait for her to get ready at all.
安定性だったら、やっぱり教会勤務が一番かな。でも、コネがないと難しいかも。それに、あんまりおすすめはしないよ。最近、教会の関係者ってだけで襲われることがあるみたいだし。
I walk through the residential district listening to Dinne's lecture all the while. There's some light streaming down from the hole in the ceiling, but it doesn't look as bright as it did on the top stratum yesterday. The atmosphere this morning is thoroughly depressing.
おじいちゃんはね、昔、第5層の再開発をやってたんだって。
If this is the third, that's another two levels down, right?
そう。でも結局、第5層は封鎖されることになっちゃって、その時はしばらく札なしになったらしいよ。あ、そのことおじいちゃんに言っちゃダメだからね。すっごく怒るから。
Where is Nurvan, by the way? It didn't seem like he was at home.
おじいちゃんならとっくに仕事に行ったよ。
The old man's still working?
今の仕事は発電所の監督。アイランドを守る大切な仕事だよ。
It must be tough at his age.
働かないとご飯食べられないからね。
Guess they don't have any sort of pension system here.
私も来月からは仕事だよ。おじいちゃんみたいに発電所に配属されたらいいんだけど。
Oh, so you want to protect the island too, huh?
それもあるけど、発電所なら電気取り放題。あ、なんでもないよ、なんでもない。
Turns out she's just a naughty little kid.
でも難しいよね。やりたいことを仕事にするのって。
Stealing electricity isn't work, it's a crime.
もう。
But it's true, I guess. When someone has a need that you can fulfill, that's all work is to begin with. It's not really work if you're the only one who believes that there's any worth in what you do. But people's values often clash with each other. In the end, it's a question of which takes priority, society's values or your own. The fact that I even think about these sort of things means I'm not entirely suited for work, right? But to survive in a place like this, there's no other choice, except offering yourself.
ねえ、せつなはどんな仕事やりたい？
One where I can spend all day getting scolded by a spoiled little rich girl with a bit of a sadistic streak. Whoops, I didn't mean to say that out loud.
もう
She's looking at me like I'm some filthy animal. I wonder where that line came from, huh? I really wonder. She looks at me like I'm some filthy animal. But I'd rather have those cold, piercing eyes.
え
All that's left is for you to start showering me with insults and then the illusion's complete.
と
Dinne looks up at me with a troubled expression on her face, her cheeks slowly reddening before...
バカ
Hey, that's more like it. But there's still room for improvement. Put your heart into it. And...
からの
Dinne's cheeks are growing even more flushed. They're practically apple red at this point.
バカ
So cute. Come to think of it, that's really the only insult she used in her fight with Noran the other day. Right, let me teach you a few things first. The basics. You're fired. That one really hits you in the gut.
もうわけわかんないこと言ってないで早く行こうよ
She strides off, seemingly trying to hide her crimson face. Well, let's leave it there for today. But sooner or later, I'll mold her into a formidable sadist. That's for sure.
せつな置いてっちゃうよじゃあ私はここまでだから公共区への階段はこの先だよ
Leave it to me. I may not look like it, but I think I've got a pretty strong memory.
ふーん
Dinnes scrutinizes me suspiciously. Then,
信じてる
out of nowhere, a smile spreads across her face. For a moment, just a moment, I feel a bit scared of Dinnes' unconditional belief in me. If I ever betray her, I imagine it will wound her very deeply. What was your errand, by the way? I casually, quite blandly changed the subject. But Dinnes, either because she's oblivious or merely naive, doesn't seem to take any notice.
パーツを買いに来たの昨日せつなから預かった機械を直すためのね
Machine. Oh, you mean the cassette player.
カセットプレイヤー
She tilts her head to one side. It's a machine for playing tapes. We're trying to fix it without knowing what it was.
だって壊れたパーツを取り替えれば大体治るんだもん仕組みまではわからなくても
I'm really not sure about that.
大丈夫だもん私機械得意だもん
I know. I believe you. Even though I have no reason to. But saying that out loud makes my heart feel a little less heavy somehow. Right. Later, Dinne.
頑張って仕事見つけてきてねせつな
Ugh. That dropped like a lead weight.
せつなが戻ってくるまでには直しておくからねカセットプレイヤー
That's right. It doesn't matter what kind of job I get. Even if it's one that conflicts with my values. I have someone who believes in me. Who'll be waiting for me to get back at home. No need to off myself then, whatever happens. No need to off myself then, whatever happens. Alright, time to get a job. Hello? I timidly slip through the church's doors and raise my voice. But the countless people coming and going only cast the occasional glance in my direction. No one stops for me. Ugh, this is not good for my self-esteem. But no, I'll soldier on, my heart will never break. Why? Because something's holding it together. Dinne's brilliant smile. My name is Setsuna, vagabond of love, descended on this land in search of a great and noble cause. Oh, the people around me have scattered in an instant. Hear my plea. I shall impart some portion of my mighty strength in exchange for adequate compensation. What now? Some dudes with guns are coming out from the back.
何者だ貴様。何が目的。
All of a sudden I'm surrounded by brawny men, and both of my arms pinned down. My name is Setsuna, descended on this land in search of a great and noble...
怪しいやつめ。さてはアバロンの残党だな。
Last of the Avalons? I don't really know what that means, but that sounds kind of cool. That's right, I'm a messenger of Avalon. I bring good news to the world.
やはりな。表へ連れて行け。降下。
Execution? You've got it wrong. I'm just a...
神の皆のもとに。
せつなさん、何をなされているのですか？
It's you! Save me, oh Sarah the Wise.
私はただのサラですが。
Then save me, Sarah. I don't really care. I don't really get what's going on, but I think you're in for a bloody spectacle otherwise.
まあ、サラ様に向かってなんと無礼な口を。
Sarah-sama?
構いません。それより彼を解放しなさい。彼は私の友人です。
サラ様の？しかしこいつは自らアバロンの使いセツナと名乗り。
聖典の勉強が足りないようですね。第8章23節を覚えていないのですか？
え？
セツナはアバロンの魔女と契りを交わした。彼は聖典の一節を暗唱していただけですよ。
失礼しました。
The men immediately released me from their grip, bow their heads, and make a hasty retreat.
まったく、神聖な教会でどうしてこうも連日騒ぎばかり。
I'm sorry.
いえ、セツナさんのことではありませんよ。衛兵たちの対応についてです。どうも人というのは武器を手にすると性格も変わってしまうようで。
Sarah heaves a deep sigh.
どうして人はみんなで手に手を取り合って生きていけないのでしょう。
Whatever she's mumbling about, I don't think it's going to happen anytime soon. Still, that was really something. Quoting the scriptures like that, you're certainly a lady of the church.
知識を振りかざすだけでは誰も救えませんよ。
It saved me though.
そうですね。
Is she embarrassed or is she being modest?
さあ、それではセツナさん、こちらへ。
The enigmatic expression, which surfaced briefly on Sarah's face, is gone, and she's right back to in work mode.
お約束通り、セツナさんにふさわしいお仕事を見繕っておきましたので。
Oh, so it starts late in the afternoon, huh? It'll be great not having to get up early. I promise to keep Dinne company at night after all. So, what kind of job is it?
専門性は高いですが、誰でも習得できる技能かと。接客と肉体労働が半々といったところでしょうか。
So I'd be like an assistant at a specialist shop or something?
まずは女性と軽妙な会話をしながら服を脱がせます。
Okay.
そしてお風呂に案内して丁寧に全身を洗います。
Wait a second. Isn't that sex work?
少し高級なだけの公衆浴場です。
But after that, there'll be...
その後はあくまで自由恋愛ですので。
Huh. Hey, don't go flashing me that cute smile while you're saying stuff like that.
お気に召しませんか？
Of course not. Don't you have something more respectable?
では、少し高級なだけの酒場などはいかがでしょう。
I don't think this one's going to be much different.
セツナさんなら会話技能の面でも適性があるかと。
No way. I'm super shy aside Dinne. You're the only person I can have a decent conversation with.
初対面の相手に胸について熱く語るのがまともだとは思いませんが。
Hearing her mention that sends my gaze straight to her rack.
このお仕事ならセツナさんの死ぬまでにしたいことも叶うかと。
Oh dear, looks like she's totally misread my character because of the way I behaved. Alright, this is a good opportunity to clean up one of those misunderstandings. Okay, I'm back. But they're so peachy today. So, do you use those mid to high-end bathhouses yourself? What am I saying? Huh? She's frozen stiff.
私はあくまであなたのためにお仕事の紹介をですね。
This is Sarah in non-work mode.
もう何考えてるんですか、せつなさんは。
She averts her gaze. It's going to be a bit of a hassle if every one of these shady jobs is going to send her bright red.
ですね、この少し高級なだけの酒場の勤務内容はですね。
Your voice is breaking.
まずは女性とお酒を飲んで盛り上がってですね。
Huh.
それから近場の休憩施設でですね。
Right, I see. Right.
という感じなのですが、いかがでしょう。
Thanks. I think I get it, but aren't there any normal jobs?
やる気もないのに説明させないでください。
I'm pretty sure you launched right into that job description yourself.
職業に規制はありません。すべての労働は神に対する奉仕であり、喜びなのです。
Even having sex, I see. Brothels. I'm not making fun of you or anything. I just don't think I'm suited to do it.
そうでしょうか。せつなさんにはどこか女性を引きつける魅力があるように思われますが。
Is that a confession, Sarah?
客観的な分析です。
I don't think you can analyze a guy like me objectively, though. It's what they call the suspension bridge effect. Misattribution of arousal. I happened to be there when you were in a tight spot yesterday.
客観的に分析しないでいただけますか。
In any case, I really don't plan on doing stuff like that, so you don't have any other work from me. I'll return my collar.
案外お堅いんですね。もしかして恋人がいらっしゃるとか？
So, no, I'm not. I don't think I am. Came back again.
では逆に経験がないとか？
Oh, I do, I think. Anyway, what is all this? Reverse sexual harassment?
失礼しました。では治験のお仕事などはいかがでしょう。
What does that mean exactly?
医療班が開発したお薬を配給する前に試しに飲んでいただくお仕事です。
Popping pills? Sounds super easy. But isn't that work like really popular?
ええ。ですが幸運なことに今朝空きが出たそうです。
Oh ho ho, I'm one lucky guy, alright?
なんでも前任者が突然死したとかで。
I'll have to decline.
職業に規制はありません。彼は一足先に神の身元へ旅立たれたのです。
I wholeheartedly refuse. What's with this church? I thought they were a more respectable bunch.
やはり危険なお仕事はお引き受けいただけませんか。
A small weary sigh escaped her lips. She really does have the wrong end of the stick with me, huh? I don't mind a bit of danger necessarily, and I'm okay working night shifts. In a world like this, I imagine there are plenty of people who do that sort of work. Someone has to do those kinds of jobs to keep the world turning, I guess. I get that. Sorry, but I'm just not that attached to the island. Can't expect me to be happy protecting with my life something I don't feel any attachment to, can you? I'm not from here after all. No matter where I go, I'm never going to share the values of people who belong here. Looks like all I'm going to do is complain, no matter what job you show me. That's just the kind of guy I am. So anything will do, just go ahead and decide for me. I'll go with whatever you choose. It's not like I have a choice anyway. And besides, there's somebody waiting for me. Waiting for me to come back, a slightly better man than I was yesterday.
なるほど。了解しました。
Sarah scans through the register and her fingers then snaps it shut.
決めました。
She looks me straight in the eye.
せつなさん、私のナイトになっていただけますか？
What now? About an hour later, Sarah and I sit down on a bench in the park and nibble on our lunch. Although the single hunk of rock-hard bread that Dinnes packed for me barely constitutes as lunch, and the water in my flask reeks of chlorine. But it tastes delicious all the same, eating it beneath this bright blue sky. In fact, it feels almost like a picnic. Hey, why am I on a date with you? I thought I came here to look for a job.
デートではありませんよ。ただのお昼休みです。
True, it is lunchtime and there are other men and women eating their meals in the area. But they're almost certainly all couples. And how much do you eat anyway? Peering into the basket beside her, I notice that it's packed to the brim with sandwiches.
すみません、私ばかり。はい、せつなさんもどうぞ。
Sarah takes out a sandwich and offers it to me. Oh, sorry to be frank. Sorry. To be frank, one piece of bread isn't quite enough, you know. I accept it without reservation, then bite down.
もしかして、お口に合いませんでしたか？
That's not it. The filling's just, corn. Is that how you like it? It passed down through the generations, and why am I sticking it like it's a giant dick in my fingers? But you can't see that because I don't have a camera.
食料庫からくすねてきたんです。たまたまコーンの缶詰が山積みにされているのを見つけまして。
The exact same way! Well, canned food like that does have a long shelf life.
コーンはいいですよ、コーンは。なんといっても、完全栄養食品ですから。
Just like corn, don't you?
聖典にもこうあります。神は3日目にコーンを作られた。
So this god of yours is a farmer?
農耕の歴史としても小麦に匹敵するほど長く、宗教が成立するはるか以前からコーンの栽培が。
I get it. I'll be sure to savor it. I get the feeling she could lecture me on corn forever, cutting her if I bite down on my sandwich. As expected, the bread is tough and hard to swallow, but the sweet corn filling is wonderfully nostalgic in flavor. No, there must be more to it. I'm sure I've sat outside stuffing sandwiches in my mouth like this before, somewhere, some time ago.
ナイトと言いましたが、要するに私の身辺警護です。実は昨日の一件を知った父に、教会の外に出るときには護衛をつけるようにと言われてしまいまして。飲み込んでから喋ってください。
I kinda agree with your dad. Didn't did say that people connected to the church were being attacked.
しかし私はどうも衛兵たちが苦手で。
Sarah scrunches up her face and mumbles to herself. I get nervous when an armed man approaches me. I suppose that's even more true if you're a girl. But what makes you think I'm up to it? I'm not really confident I could protect you when you're in... I'm not really confident I could protect you in... when... I'm not really confident I could protect you when the time comes.
昨日守ってくださったじゃないですか。
I stayed by your side, sure, but I wasn't really protecting...
やはり愛着を感じないものを守ることに喜びは見出せませんか？
I end up biting my lip. Do I really feel no attachment to her? To this corn-tastic sandwich? That laser-sharp gaze that's drilling into me?
形だけでいいんです。あくまで父を納得させるためですから。
I don't mind if that's all it is, but... What if you really do get attacked?
せつなさんも昨日ご覧になった通り、襲うと言っても子供たちが食料を奪いに来るだけです。あの子たちに人を傷つける気はありませんよ。
But The guys from the church, they were out for blood. Sarah seems to stiffen for a moment, but it might just be my imagination.
そうですね。彼らは、未だにアバロンとのことを引きずっているのかもしれませんね。
What is this Avalon, by the way?
はい？
Oh, that Avalon. I remember now. Right. Avalon, of course. Judging by Sarah's tone, it must be the sort of thing that everyone knows about here on the island. So I'm probably better off going with the flow for now.
もともとアバロンとは聖地の名で、聖人セツナがこの世の断りを知った場所とされています。
Ah, so it's got something to do with my name then.
セツナはこの世に生まれ落ちた最初の聖人ですから、彼と無関係な物事などありませんよ。
Not sure I really get any of this, but it's certainly a story.
これを機にセツナさんも聖典を読まれてみては？
Man, I feel bad for saying this, but I don't really believe in God or stuff like that.
構いませんよ。たとえ信仰心はなくとも、様々な発見があるかと。
It might be worth a read if it puts me on the same page as everyone else on the island.
一冊500万円からとお求めになりやすい価格ですし。
That's fraud! Simony!
今なら聖人が割ったとされる壺のかけらがおまけでついてきますよ。
This stinks to high heaven. No thanks.
では、特別に聖人が使ったとされる盾のレプリカもお付けしましょう。
Oh, a shield sounds good. Might come in useful sometime.
13分の1スケールで机の上に飾るのにぴったりですよ。
That's no good. I've got myself caught up in some kind of dating scam. Damn it, behind that magnificent rack, that's one evil broad. In any case, I came here looking for a job, meaning I don't have any money. You have to wait till some other time to sell your book or whatever.
では、お仕事は引き受けていただけるということでしょうか。
This whole business seems pretty fishy to me. Generally speaking, you'd hire someone more trustworthy to be your personal bodyguard, not some guy you only met the other day before. Dina is exactly the same. Is everyone here just super naive? Or does she have an ulterior motive?
私のナイトになるのは、やはり気が進みませんか？
The hell? Those melons of hers jiggle right in front of me. What the hell am I doing? What the hell am I doing looking there? Well, beggars can't be choosers. And you've got to go big or home. Got to go big or go home when faced with a choice like this. Got it. I'll accept on 2 conditions. I'll never be leaving God. You can try to persuade me all you want, but you'll only be wasting your breath.
了解しました。もとより人には信仰の自由がありますから。
And second,
まさか。
Noticing the direction of my gaze, Sarah moves to cover her boobs. Nah, that's not it. Please don't call me your knight. It's kind of embarrassing. Sarah's cheeks flushed red, and smile spreads across her face. I'm not really sure what that smile means, but
はい、了解です。
it certainly succeeded in lowering my defenses. Sarah's next destination after lunch is a small boxy structure set randomly beside the park. Oh, must be a toilet. I'll just kill some time out here. Call me when you're done.
何を言ってるんですか。せつなさんも一緒に来てください。
Come on, that's sort of, you know.
なぁと言われましても。
I know girls like going to the bathroom together, but are you scared of going alone?
何のためのボディーガードですか。さあ、行きますよ。
Hey, what? Sarah holds some sort of metal card to the toilet entrance. An automatic door? This is some high tech, John. Oh, that's right. I completely forgot. This is the year 20,000 AD. Common era. It's not that surprising that toilet doors should be automatic. And there isn't a hint of porcelain anywhere to be found. This really is futuristic. Is this genuinely a toilet?
さあさあ、せつなさん、お早く。
I step inside just as Sarah instructs, and the door shuts itself behind me. It's a single room, just big enough for me to stretch my arms wide. I notice 30 or so buttons lined up on the wall. I have a feeling I've seen this room somewhere before. The moment Sarah presses one of the buttons, the floor jerks suddenly. It feels almost as if my body's gotten lighter. Whichever way you look at it, this is an elevator.
やはり初めてでは驚かれますか？
Actually, I'm surprised how normal this all seems.
私も初めて乗るまではいろいろと不安をかきたてられたものです。でもただ動き始めのふわっとした感じだけは今でも苦手ですけど。
Sarah sticks out her tongue and gives me a wry smile. Is it me, or does she seem a bit tense? Never mind. She's cute this way, so I'll let it slide.
教会の中でも昇降リフトの使用を許されているのはごく一部の人間なんですよ。
She looks pretty proudly at the card she used earlier.
これお金やコネでは決して手に入らない貴重なものなんですから。
I see. So it's a key to the lift.
手に入れるためには様々な難関を突破する必要があるんです。ですね、まずは教習所で講習を受けて、次に筆記試験に合格して、最後に実技試験を。
I want to butt in and say it's like getting a driver's license, but she's cute, so I'll let it slide.
しかも5年に一度更新しないと失効するんですよ。
It's 100% like a license.
はい、昇降リフト運転免許です。一時期は司教以上の特権とされており、所持していることを口外することさえ禁止されていたのだそうです。
I still don't get what's so amazing about it though.
現在教会には上から枢機卿が1名、大司教が3名、司教が5名在籍しています。
So only a tiny handful of people in the world are allowed to use this, huh?
もっとも特権扱いされていた当時は、教会の規模ももっとずっと大きく、枢機卿の上にも役職が存在していたようですが。
So, if there's only one cardinal left nowadays,
どうかされましたか？
is her dad the guy at the top? Wow, you really are pretty special. The church are in charge here on the island. That practically makes her a princess in this world.
はい、すごいんです。おそらくこの長いアイランドの歴史の中でも10代で取得したのは私一人かと。
Sarah seems to think I was referring to her license, not her bloodline. Something that neither money nor conditions can buy, huh? Connections. This might be the only thing she's ever obtained by the sweat of her own brow, for all I know. She's obviously proud of it. I bet that's the reason she's being so talkative. Then there's me, job hunting in the hope of getting my hands on some money and somehow falling into this gig through my connections. I can't imagine anyone being proud of that. Everything I have is just borrowed from others.
せつなさん、顔色が優れないようですが。
What? Oh, I must be feeling a bit dizzy. I can't get Sarah's face to stay in focus somehow.
そう言われると、私も急に気持ちが悪く。
You're white as a sheet!
言ったじゃないですか。ふわっとする感じが苦手だと。
Don't tell me you were chatting away. Hiccups. Don't tell me you were chattering away just to distract yourself from it.
いつもは一人でしたから、大声で歌を歌って。
Whoa, are you okay? Come on, don't look down. Just keep talking. We can chat about anything. I try giving her back a vigorous stroke. I doubt it's going to help with the motion sickness, but she keeps her mind off it. It should make things easier for her.
お気遣いなく、まもなく着きますので。
As she speaks, the floor judders violently and the lift comes to a halt. That clinched it, alright. Then I turn back to Sarah. Her cheeks are all puffed up and her eyes are brimming with tears. I'm too late. I'm hit with the urge to prod her hamster cheeks, but there'd be hell to pay if I did. Let's get off here. Bear with it a little longer, if you can, Sarah.